there, welcome back to Ultimate Decades with the Walters. We are currently in 1302, and Ida is once again enjoying the joy and fun that is middle of the night infant attention. So everyone else finally woke up. At this point in time, we did add laundry to their lives. It was on sale, and I will not be checking pockets for money, because to me that doesn't make sense that they would magically find money that they didn't have in their own pockets. So apparently I'm a bit of a glutton for punishment in my gameplay, and I'm making it hard on myself. But now that the weather's not so great, going inside, Sybil still loves to knit. And I don't know why Ida is basically breaking the fourth wall and just yelling at us. Tobias is taking a nap.
Samzo, quink, quink, abba.
She and her son having a joke. Of course. Even after being struck by lightning, he did not bring himself inside. Over in the Mannering household, Alma and Milo are finally ready to try and have another baby. And then wrapping up the day, doing some chores. So far to this point, we've seen Alma be very emotional about the loss of Isis, but it affects Milo too. As part of Alma's coping, she has decided to start painting and trying to get better at that skill in her free time. Over at the Wood household, Beatrice and Arnold are learning to live with an infant, and all of those middle of the night cuddle and tuck-in sessions. Definitely still enamored with their young boy. Looks like Hugo taking a turn, middle of the night, with Tobias.
I'll go lamp.
Garza, sure.
Sloy.
Sybil finally showing. Definitely not waiting on everyone else to eat her breakfast. Yes, Ida, your baby smells bad. Give him a bath. Yep, as the weather continues to be wet and rainy and awful, the laundry pile is racking up. At some point, Hugo also managed to get himself struck by lightning, but that doesn't stop him from leaving the baby outside in the yard. Thank goodness Ida decided to scoop him up and bring him inside where it's dry and safe. Sybil's finally taking a more hands-on approach as she's getting closer and closer to motherhood herself.
Oh,
While Arnold is sleeping, Beatrice is up in the middle of the stormy night feeding Max. Alma and Milo hanging out and talking. And she became pregnant. So they're gonna try again.
Pinella. Fue.
Oh.
So I think in the last year we wrapped up by going ahead and doing the birthday roll for Ida. And she has 4 years left with us as an elder sim. The crops rolled for a 2. So this season we have great soil. And we just have a pile of clothes in the yard. I understand they could get a laundry hamper, but they're broke. So that was not a priority for them at this point in time. And then Ida deciding to handle some of the cooking for Sybil, letting her get a little bit of extra rest. Hugo finishing up his chores and coming in to chat with his wife while she cooks.
Varpasa Dibawis. Wabarani Zimze. La Jolla Merch. Huh. Oblo Fanika? Jasapa Bwef.
Right?
Watani Chof. Sigluna Tweeb. Yibs Queba!
I feel like they're talking about
Janesi Lima
how much they have ahead of them, how excited he is for this year's crops. They're starting to get a foothold on their new farm.
Watani Chof. Sigluna Tweeb.
And she made a sparkling pot of stew for everybody.
Ew, this grobel.
Aww.
Ooh.
Those lovebirds.
Jow. Anazook eat Sugarblue. Meh.
Senna.
Befite Shamagra. Grinoi Foibi.
Milo came to visit, but Ida needs to put on some clothes real quick before answering the door.
Parsagap Rabe.
Silche.
Maranoi. Pippamoy.
Oh,
Maybe he was getting a little bit of baby fever, knowing that Alma is about to have their second child and hopefully survive.
Planto.
Sybil coming back from some flower picking and some foraging, greeted by Osbert, who, even though she just clearly needs to go and use the bathroom, couldn't help
Malspec.
and be sweet
Anamuki, huh?
for a split second
Mindel
before
Noxie.
just telling her
Yes.
stories about his day.
Ah. Morib Zibazia.
Oh, Zagu Warba. Amiash?
Karasha?
Krifoba?
And being excited
Body.
about the baby.
Exenoi Zons?
Olaba?
Wasusa? Nibahana?
Lima?
Pampini?
Usnaj.
And then as soon as Hugo walks over, time to be done. Not sure why Milo came over in his pajamas,
Satorb.
but there he was with their chickens. And one of the townsfolk in the background, just hanging out. Until Osbert went to say hi. Looks like one of the Smith girls. They are another peasant family, but they're a very large family. I want to say they have 6 or more children of varying ages in their household.
Hanrum Yob.
Gelna Bamboo!
Beatrice and Arnold enjoying a romantic evening at home.
Dorna.
Definitely looks as though having just had a baby isn't going to stop her. Though, why they aren't going to the bed? They would rather go outside and hop into a bush.
Yips.
Oh.
Well, that's one way to spice up your life and your marriage. Plus, added benefit of not waking up the baby. Beatrice has the animal lover or animal enthusiast trait, so it makes sense that she's getting her hands on as many chickens as possible right off the bat. But very clearly, she is noticing that one of those chickens does not belong. She only has baby chicks, and there is an adult in there. After calling them all in, I think she finally figured out and realized that the chickens from our main household made their way over to her coop. So she's kind of explaining to them they don't belong there and telling her husband they have their family's chickens. Cassandra Goth came over to visit, and they all decided to have scary story and consolation time in the bathroom.
Napsa.
Oh.
Yep, Cassandra is a sim who is just reaching marriage age.
Buna.
Gelna.
Slabuna Car. Yenny Phoebe Steba.
Chicks Rimbloff?
Yeah, yips.
Sibafa.
Hakyoin Limla. Kibaya.
Sula Noosh.
Everyone's definitely in a better mood now.
Canathoin Narble. Milshaba.
While we were visiting Arnold and Beatrice, we missed Sybil having her baby. So we had to roll, and Sybil got a 14 and survived. Baby Amber got a 20. She will not be staying with us, unfortunately. So we will let
Taganol.
her get some snuggles, and now they have to deal with their first loss.
Oh, Malisneefa. Yeah.
If they're really lucky, they won't have to go through it again, but
Guna.
it is 1300s.
Oh, Pampini.
And losing her baby caused Sybil to have a fear of death for her. Ida trying to wake up and handle taking care of Tobias and keeping him quiet for everyone to sleep. Hugo doing some of the laundry, helping out around the house, knowing that his daughter-in-law is in recovery from childbirth and in mourning. So, looks like he'll switch out the water as well. Ida prepping breakfast for them so they can wake up to a good meal. And she set the house on fire. At least she had the wherewithal to grab the baby and get out. Osbert stepping in to save their house. But the fridge went up too. Their pantry of all their food just got burned. But they seem to be very happy and appreciative that they got out and the baby is safe. So now they're going to have to figure out how to get enough money to replace their food storage and their oven, as well as they're going to have to go foraging all over again to resupply their food stores. It looks like everything's just a little bit much for Ida right now, and I'm sure she is very guilt-ridden for starting a fire and losing all of their food. So she is headed off to the family plot where baby Amber is resting. Just let out all her sorrows about the baby and the fire and just, it's a lot. Sybil just looking less than enthused. But that changes when she has a great idea that she's excited to share with Osbert. After the fire happened, they all decided to go ahead and go into town and hold, starting this year, an annual public sale. So Sybil took it upon herself first. She thought it would keep her mind, occupied, keep her engaged with others, give her a sense of purpose after losing Amber. But no one, it looks like, wants to buy from her. We're gonna pretend he's actually sitting on something. Sweet Osbert trying to keep her company, keep her motivated. Beatrice and Arnold enjoying a little bit of time in the tavern with their neighbors, catching up on all of the latest gossip and town news. Alma and Milo just sitting by themselves. Osbert coming in to see what's going on. And it looks like Mortimer Goth and one of the royals are getting into a fight. I'm not sure why. Definitely entertaining for all the townsfolk in our family. Nope, they weren't done.
Fit. Ha. Punka one. Yabalorm.
Looks like Mortimer is winning.
Basani.
Poor Sybil, still out there trying to sell and not getting anybody. This is just sad. She's trying to help her family have somewhere to put food again and be able to cook, and no one is biting.
Bukwam.
Well, Trader Jacques is looking at her wares, and he bought something. Well, it looks like Sybil decided to leave her post, and there's actually people out there. So maybe someone else needs to come. Yep, there's Osbert. Don't think about how bad you smell. Just sell. Sell the honey.
Obim Yuvya. Dimbish.
And look, he immediately is drawing a crowd.
Chiba.
Sybil, let him work. Yes. Sell it. That's right, Miss May.
Dag.
Zatorb.
You need more honey for your expanding family.
Vinub. Prifalu. Amos. Franj. Ispanaya. Flabush. Yaba.
Yes. We all know he smells bad. But the honey tastes good. You know you want some.
Zinola.
Oh.
Barbo.
Neeb.
Our lady here in the black dress didn't buy anything earlier, but she came back.
Shuli.
Maybe she just had to go gather her coin purse or something. Aw. Sybil is just so happy and excited that he handled everything. He's going over all the ledger and sales for the afternoon and reassuring her that no matter what happens, they have each other's back and they're going to be okay. But it's been a long day, and it's time to go home and rebuild the kitchen. So as we wrap up 1302, Tobias had a birthday. For toddler, and since he rolled a 17, he makes it. Alma and Milo are anxiously awaiting the arrival of their next baby. Beatrice and Arnold are enjoying life with their baby Max. Thank you for watching 1302 with the Walters, and hopefully next year is a better one for them.